How many hours did you wait?
We were there. The parade was at 2:30. We showed up at 10:30.
10:30.
I didn't want to risk it.
Yeah, I understand. With that being said, what is the threshold? What's the max time that you will wait for a ride that you really want to do at Disney?
I like how this implies that Jalen Hurts could have been a ride. I would have waited longer.
Shut the fuck up.
You've been worried.
He said that with his chest.
You were worried about Josh Gad. That was not the one
I
to worry
beat Josh.
about.
I would lose to Jalen all day, every day. He does.
I'm pretty sure I would lose to Jalen too.
I just want to let's just be clear here. What's Jalen's?
I'm concerned. I don't know what game we're playing.
What's Jalen's signature move? This is gonna confuse Natalie. What's Jalen's signature play?
The tush push.
Welcome to the DANK Pod, the podcast where 4 Disney adults and no kids share their magical adventures. Join us as we explore the enchanting parks, savor Mickey-shaped treats, and ride Space Mountain without worrying about height restrictions. Disclaimer, this podcast is purely for entertainment purposes. We love kids, but sometimes we just want to ride the teacups without them. Thanks for tuning in. Let's get dank.
On this week's edition of the Dank Pod, we've got a few cool things coming your way as we roll into some Disney news. We'll be talking about some Disney legends. We'll check our mailbox after that before we roll outside of the berm and start talking about what's going on in some ancient archive stuff. And then we'll go on hit the social media soapbox where I get to complain about some bullshit that I find on Facebook. And then we'll finish it up with Natalie asking us a very quick question.
Hey guys, we're talking about some Disney news about Harrison Ford.
I want to know all about Harrison. Tell me about Harrison. I want to ride the H train. I don't think that means what I think it means.
Okay. So Harrison Ford, you guys, doing an exclusive interview for the spring 2025 digital cover for Disney 23. And they give you a little preview of some of the things that he might be talking about. He's talked about his roles over his career with Disney. Do you guys know who some of his characters are?
Heck yeah. He's first of all, Mr. Ford, Senor Ford is
yeah, we don't call him by his first name.
He's remarkable. He's a remarkable Disney legend. He is.
He has 2 last names, so you just
Very presidential. Oh,
Yeah.
he does.
He
Harrison Ford.
Harry, as we call
That's
him.
We do
extra
not.
great
How dare
around the
you?
studio.
he could never be a Harry.
Could never.
He made the Kessel Run in 13 parsecs.
Is that the first run he ever made?
That was the
Han Solo.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah, captain of the
Star
Millennium
Wars.
Falcon. Yeah, absolutely. Won that ship in a game of, what was it, Barat? That's my dude right there. And then everyone's favorite archaeologist. Amongst other
Ross
things.
Geller. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, man. The awkward
I was
pause. And then
Just
Ross
kidding.
Geller.
He's a paleontologist. Don't be ridiculous.
Ross is a paleontologist.
Dramatically
not-
different things.
Yeah. That belongs in a museum. That's my dude's favorite line. He also played, he's also in Marvel, right? Like we're seeing him as, what is he, Red Batman? What is he?
Red Batman. He's going to be in the new Hulk movie. Have you guys seen?
Is it a Hulk movie? Or
Wait, is it a Captain America movie?
Captain America movie.
You know what? I'm sorry. You're right.
Yeah, we're
Yes.
trying.
So
you get the
confused.
fandoms confused.
It's Red Hulk is appearing though, so January's excited about Red Hulk.
Are you a
Fair
Hulk
enough.
fan, January?
He's her favorite.
I'm going to be honest. I'm one of those fans that just watch the movies. I don't have a comic book history, so
Do you just watch them for
Sir-
entertainment purposes?
I do.
Is that okay?
You
Is
don't
that
live
wrong?
you don't live your life by them. You don't make like life decisions based on what Bucky's
It's just,
arm was
you
doing
know,
that week.
I respect fans who definitely have a comic book background because, typically the books are better than the movies.
Mm-hmm.
And also, too, Hollywood likes to take a lot of liberties so that the movies are entertaining. And then also some of the material just doesn't age well culturally.
Mm.
So,
I can see that.
Some things get updated. But yeah,
I think so.
I
Marvel,
didn't read the comics.
Marvel actually did a really good job of ensuring that they seem to consistently err on the right side of history. Like, it's remarkable, like giving us the first superhero with a person of color, pressing female characters into the mainstream. Like they've been pretty darn good at staying on the right side of history.
Did you know that Harrison Ford does not have any Oscars?
What?
You know, that makes me sad because in his interview with D23, he like very nicely says that like as an actor, getting credit for the work of many people who've come before, like other actors who laid the groundwork, but also he recognizes that like, you know, movies not just made by one person.
Yeah.
So like he's just very thoughtful and appreciative and grateful about everyone that it takes to make a movie, and I can't believe he doesn't have any
He hasn't even
Oscars.
been nominated since 1985.
What was he
Wow.
nominated for in '85?
Witness?
Oh, was that didn't
That
That's right.
predates my
Someone
life.
saw something.
it was a little bit of it was an Amish boy was in that, was a witness to a murder in like a train station, but I think the Amish boy, and this could be lore, was played by the guy from that '70s show and Punked.
It was a romantic dramatic thriller, is what this says.
Okay.
Oh, romantic dramatic thriller.
Was he? Who was the little boy? Who was the little Amish boy in that movie?
Starring Harrison Ford, focuses on a police detective protecting an Amish woman and her son who becomes a target after he witnesses a brutal murder in Philadelphia.
Oh, in Philly.
That's what happens. We wild in Philly.
I don't think that's something to be very
Do we know
proud
the
about.
cast of
Do
it?
not see
Lucas
Ashton
Haas.
Kutcher, yeah.
It was probably Lucas Haas.
Does he look like him? Yeah, that
He's
looks
a very
just like
gaunt
him.
Ashton Kutcher,
Yeah.
perhaps.
Yeah. Well, he didn't look like that in there. He looked like a 9-year-old boy, like a 6-year-old boy in the movie. It was an
I
interesting.
feel like
Anyway,
none of those things are what you said it was.
drama.
Wow, he's been
So-
acting for a while. Good
Yeah,
for
he's
you.
been at it for a hot minute.
Yeah, I've seen, like, the first time I ever saw him was in the first episode of Criminal Minds. It's fine. That's not relevant. That's irrelevant.
Who, Ashton? Ashton? You saw him in Criminal Minds, or you saw Harrison?
No, Lucas.
Oh, yeah. Okay. We're way off the mark now.
Well, Harrison Ford, you guys, although he hasn't got an Oscar, he has been honored as a Disney legend.
Justice for Harrison Ford, man.
Okay. Disney recognized him as a legend during D23.
One of the only awards he's won. Poor thing.
Okay.
But very excited to see him in the new Captain America movie.
It looks intense. He looks intense in it.
Yeah.
He's like the president or something, right?
He's played the president before. Was he the president in like Air Force One or something like
Why not?
that? Yeah.
That tracks for me.
Yeah.
I like it.
He could be a good president.
Brave New World, spring
Right.
of 2025.
That's ironic.
Yeah. art imitates life. Yeah.
David, like, have you read that book, A Brave New World?
No, I haven't. What's it about?
Oh,
Is it
it's
about
very
Captain
dystopian.
America?
No, but
Oh,
it's
it's-
very dystopian.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'd be into that. For those of you who don't know, D23 is Disney's official fan club. So if you're looking for some inside scoop and some opportunities, I recommend you sign up for D23 and get a copy of that letter in the spring, their magazine, the D23 magazine,
You'll get to read his interview.
and then I'll throw it away promptly. I don't
No, we will recycle.
Okay, well, yes, I'll recycle right into the can. What's next on the agenda here?
Have you guys seen the new shoulder plushies?
Shoulder plushies.
You know I love a good shoulder plushie. So
Oh my
Inside Out 2 now
about what?
has shoulder plushies. My brain is not processing shoulder correctly.
what they're called?
I think so. Yeah, shoulder plush.
Yeah.
So they're the magnetic ones. It sits on your shoulder. So they're not bite size, but they're smaller than a huggable kids plush. So right now it looks like there's only 3. You have joy, you have anger, and you have sadness, although there are other actual plushes for hugging and holding. So the joy is really cute. She sits on your shoulders. She's got her traditional yellow dress and her bright blue hair. She seems to be the biggest of the 3 items, more
Her emotions are
doll-like.
big.
Yeah, well, you know what? That was fair. Good job. And then anger, I like his short, little legs. It looks very much like the cartoon character.
He's got
so,
no neck. He's a
yeah,
no neck
there's no
having
neck,
dude.
no knees. It's just legs
Straight
stumped.
race.
He doesn't even have a body. He's
He's
just a
got
rager.
his angry face. His mouth is open. He's glaring like he's about to yell at somebody.
I like that they made his plush stand on his legs.
Yeah,
'cause
his
it
short,
looks like
his
Joy
short, stubby
sitting-
little legs. Sadness is also here in all of her blue glory. She has little legs, but she's sitting on them, so I would guess they flop a little bit. Her eyes are closed like she's crying behind her glasses, and her mouth is open like she's just like, oh my God, I can't do this anymore. We were
Oh,
just at Magic
man.
Kingdom, and I didn't see these guys out anywhere, but you can find it at the Disney store at disneystore.com, and it looks like they're going for $24.99.
I got a little shoulder plush hack for you.
What's the hack?
So what a lot of times what happens is people get the shoulder plush and you got to put the metal thing underneath your shirt.
Yeah.
And that comes off. Shoulder plush hack is to stop by any of the blue umbrellas, get yourself a pin, like you're celebrating something, pin that to your shoulder and set the plush on
wanna-
top of that.
Pierce your plush?
No. You pierce your shirt
Oh.
and
And then?
your plush magnetically sticks to the pin. It's a metal pin.
Oh, I see.
Then
I
when you have to
see.
take it off to go on a ride or something like that, you can just pop it off. You don't have to worry about dropping the magnetic plate on the
Interesting.
bottom underneath.
Interesting.
That's right.
These are very cute.
Yeah, I thought there was going to be anxiety and embarrassment, but those were just normal plushes.
We.
Yeah. Yeah.
He would just be laying down sideways.
I know. I
Like-
love it. Give me a couch to put them on.
That would be hilarious. Disney, I hope you're listening. Josh, can
D,
you hear us?
Josh tomorrow with us, Parks
We've got
Manager,
ideas
CEO coming on
for
the way.
you here. We're
We
gonna
have
save
one
that
bit
for-
of Disney news.
Oh,
You know
I'm
what
here.
happened on Sunday?
What happened
Super
on
Bowl
Sunday?
licks. Super Bowl motherfucking licks.
Do
The
you have
Eagles,
something to
the
be
Bird Gang.
excited about?
Oh my God! I was all the emotions, a roller coaster of emotions. I was up, I was down, I was in, I was out, I was crying. I had my secret superstitions, I had my public
He
superstitions.
had secret superstitions, you guys. He hid them from me all
What?
season.
I had a small toddler who hated me, despised being next to me until I went haywire for the Super Bowl licks, and now we have a bond. She shouts 5 at me every time I get excited.
For high
She's
five.
5, and then she runs over to me with with her hand locked and loaded to receive a high five. So now we're
Anytime
besties.
she heard a burst of emotion from us, it didn't register with her that if it was positive or negative, and she would just yell 5, and then she'd come toddling up to get a high five from everybody.
It's
That's
amazing.
adorable.
Yeah.
You can't tell me that even the negative would have been a
Right,
positive
no.
with that. That's,
Thankfully, they were all positive.
I know, me too.
So then Monday, I
Squirrel.
got to live out childhood dream at the Magic Kingdom.
Well, tell them how the end of Sunday went.
Oh, we won. We
So
won.
we
We
won.
know we won. That's what I'm saying.
We
get to
know,
go. We,
but
oh,
our listeners
our
don't
listeners
know.
We got listeners who didn't listen to the Super Bowl. Didn't watch the Super Bowl. It's the
Yes.
biggest and the
You
best
should
of the
assume
bowls.
that no one listened to us before this episode.
I'm sorry. If you're a dear listener, Super
Or a
Bowl.
new listener.
Super Bowl licks went fucking down. The birds flew high and shat all over Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce and
The rest of the Chiefs.
Yeah, they had a blowout.
I heard they let like several players go after the game. Is that true?
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes got let go.
I
Cried all the way home.
actually heard that someone stole Harrison Butker's clothes while he was in the shower.
Oh, that. You know what
And
though?
so he came out to an empty locker room and no clothes. The beauty of winning the Super Bowl is that the game winner MVP then says,
They say, well, they turn to him and they say, "Hey, you just
"You
won
just
the
won the
Super
Super
Bowl."
Bowl. What are you gonna do now?"
And they say, depending on where they are in the country, they tell you that they're going to either, I'm going to Disneyland, or in the case of Jalen Hurts, because he hurts so good, I'm going to Disney World. We had thought ahead, figuring that he would go to Disney World because he lives on the East Coast. The
We
game's
made
on the
those
East Coast.
reservations a month ago.
We were not the only ones to
Nice.
make. We were not the only
No.
Eagles fans to make those reservations.
Guys,
either.
it was a sea of green. And I was nervous because Eagles fan base are terrors
Mhm.
on a normal day.
We got shit.
yeah.
We threw snowballs at Santa Claus 6
Yeah.
months
How
ago.
did the
We went at the
fans
coach's
react
head.
in Philly?
In
Philly?
Philly,
We tore the
it was
city
like
down.
the apocalypse.
Okay.
They set fire to things. They were like in the end, there was one person died after the NFC Championship game. They
Yeah,
fell
they
off
fell
a
off a
pole.
light pole.
And so
cracked
instead
their
of
head
falling off the light
open.
pole, they tore them down. They set fire.
Yeah, they
to
took them home
cars.
this
They
time.
broke storefront windows. That's not
We
even the
can't have
backlash.
nice
We're still
things.
fighting because they booed Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift used to be an Eagles fan,
Taylor Swift grew up an Eagles fan.
and then she,
Oh, did she?
yeah,
And then she found herself a real man who
yeah.
happened to be a Kansas City Chief.
Mhm.
Dang, but why can't it just be a house divided?
Right?
Like,
Thank you, Natalie.
Like,
Well,
Like-
and she rolled up to this game in arguably
Neutral
colors,
colors.
but
Oh,
she was
that's hard.
supporting her man.
Mhm.
that's
And
that's
they-
her man.
they-
That's her man. And
They-
so she got booed at the
Mhm.
stadium because it was predominantly Eagles fans and we're bullies. And so the Swifties,
Taylor.
poor Taylor, but the Swifties have reared their ugly heads in retaliation and now are retributing.
Yeah, they started attacking CJGJ's mother's restaurant, which we
By
will have to
leaving
go,
1-star
yeah,
reviews.
We have to go eat there.
Yeah.
So it's as good. So
It's been a whole anyway. So we
one
go to
fandom
Disney
versus the
World
next.
on Monday, and everybody's wearing green. The
Mhm.
normal park goers are very annoyed
extremely
with us.
confused too. They're like,
and
"What is happening here?
Yeah,
why is everybody
like,
wearing
why,
the same jersey?"
Why is everybody lined up? There's no parade scheduled after this last parade.
Oh no, they were pretty upset because they were supposed to be a 3 p.m. parade.
Oh, they didn't even know at that point
They
that
had
it
it
was going to be
canceled.
delayed. They didn't know that.
Delayed. That shit was canceled.
Yeah, but they didn't know it then.
When he came through, I got to live out my childhood dream of starting the MVP chant for Jalen Hurts as he strolled by on his float with Mickey, Minnie, and the core characters.
You started it.
Yes,
MVP.
he did.
You didn't get the video? It was
I
beautiful.
did. I'm
That's
just.
amazing.
I'm
It
hyping
was
you
him.
up. Okay.
Oh yeah.
You want it?
Oh sorry, my
You
bad, my
want
bad.
it?
He
My
got
bad.
literal for
Oh,
a second.
I was like, whoo! Oh my god! I was.
It was
so,
pretty cool, guys.
So excited. And then after he passed, everybody flooded Main Street USA and was like walking slowly behind the floats.
They're
And-
like, we're following him.
Oh yeah, hot,
Well-
and everyone's chanting, and it's a spelling test every time you go to an Eagles function. So but the sound is just reverberating off of the storefronts on Main Street USA and just echoing back like that.
We're all
street
trapped there.
is
It's like
built
standstill.
to hold the sound in and
Yeah.
reflect it back to you. And so it's just, if you can imagine being a cast member and you've got a sea of Kelly Green and Midnight Green marching down the street spelling the same word. Some of us are spelling it correctly, some of us are not. It's a difficult
Intentionally.
word to spell. There's a lot of vowels, and they were just like, and there were regular park goers that were just like, "We're here for this cavalcade. I don't understand." And it's just like, it's
It's
not
not happening, my dude.
They were just like, "There's not. We can't do it. Sorry." We got off the ferry, and even like everybody, all the staff, all the cast members there were kind. The ferry boat captain was like, "Go Birds," and
Go Bird.
Everybody erupted in
Oh.
applause and yelling, and
the people.
it was a
I
whole
wonder-
vibe. It was really fun.
I'm curious just to know like how the non-football fans were feeling. Like,
Well,
what
and
were they?
it had to be
ranting
mixed
about in the
emotions too,
social?
because like the cheerleader crowds were there too.
Yes.
So
they had an
I
event.
don't. And normally the park goers are annoyed at the cheerleader crowds, but then it was like
cheerleader like for the NFL.
no,
or
so like
just,
the competition, like the schools and stuff were
Okay.
in rotation, I guess, this week. So there were a lot of cheerleader groups, strutting around the park.
Right,
So it
'cause
was
they come out
already
here to
congested
compete.
because of them, and then we were just literally just clogging up the arteries in front of the castle,
Yeah.
waiting hours for this parade just to get a glimpse of Jalen Hurts.
Yeah,
You guys had a great spot.
Yeah.
it was beautiful.
Well, and then we caught up to him, right? Because so he left our section, which was like right in front of the castle, and we started migrating back towards Main Street, not necessarily trying to leave, but we ended up catching him again. And so I think that was the video that you guys got with
Yeah.
Jonathan chanting the MVP chant.
So you try to follow him to his car.
yeah, I would have followed him to the end of the year.
Where Jalen goes, we go. Like that was
She's
like a
doing it for
Pied.
you.
He's like the
Oh.
Pied Piper.
Uh,
Have you seen that man?
He
Okay, I get
he's
it.
I'm not gonna
yeah.
lie, the man is he's a very handsome man, very well groomed.
You guys, I can't see your
he's a stud.
faces because I don't have the computer, but like you guys watched Criminal Minds, right? You know
Yeah.
who Derek Morgan is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Full Derek Morgan vibes. That stoicism,
Wow.
that like built, like I can fuck your ass up,
Very
Oh.
stoic. Doesn't break
That
character
was-
either.
does not
You
break
said-
character.
Mhm, mhm.
Somebody made that correlation on one of the socials, and it was immediately like, yep. The only difference is that Derek Morgan gets like super flirty with Garcia and stuff. He can be like super down to earth there. I imagine that's what Jalen Hurts is like, but we've not witnessed it. Not really.
Yeah.
We gotta
Yeah.
get him on the phone.
but
Yeah,
full
give him a
Derek
call.
Morgan
Just put
vibes.
in
Like, he could
1-800
rip you
go
to
go
shreds.
birds.
I'm gonna have a producer email his people.
Email
Yeah.
his people.
I'll have we'll talk to the
His
producer. and see what he
all-female
does.
management team. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
Is
that's
it really?
Yeah.
Yep. And
No.
He's the only
intentionally.
one in the league with an
Intentionally.
all-female
marketing
Oh.
manager, agent,
communications,
everything.
publicist, everything.
Boom. Like, you know what? This is the way to go.
That's right.
The president was at the game, and the disparity between the two quarterbacks and their reaction, where they said, "Hey, your president's going to be at the game," and Jalen's response was, "He's free to do what he wants." And then he said, are you feeling any added pressure now that you know he's going to be there? And he said,
No, ma'am.
"No, ma'am."
That's a
That
direct
was
quote.
it. Keep it moving. Keep the main thing. We're focused on winning.
I love how in the zone he is. He's
Yeah.
just like, I'm here to play ball.
A lot of the teams, like the whole team, except for like two, except for CJ GJ, which will run his mouth,
Oh, yeah,
and
he'll run his
BG, Brandon Graham. Let's check the slot.
Check the slot.
All right.
Check.
I feel like you just checked it.
I
Check,
did.
check.
How much mail was in our slot? Let's check the slot.
None.
Check in.
None. Nobody cares
Well,
about us.
there was an emergency this week. With-
There
I like
was.
how we
True.
With our
renamed
one
the
fan.
segment Check the Slot.
Check the slots. January's doing. January named it Check the Slot.
Good job, January.
Checking the slot. Slots up.
Did I name that?
You did.
100%. 100%. If there's a hashtag and
I
a
think
t-shirt
you-
later, that's
I
you.
think it was like in response to him checking the mail, and then you were like, check that slot or something like
Check
that.
that slot.
Check that slot.
And he picked that up so quick. He was like, I like that. Good job.
So if you're a listener out there and you want
Crushed
us to check something you put in our slot, feel free to send us an email at thedankpod@gmail.com. Again, thedankpod@gmail.com. We appreciate you.
Appreciate
We want to
ya.
check our slot.
Check our slot. We are now going outside of the berm, and there is a lot of news this week. Is everybody ready?
I'm ready. Tell
Are
me
you
more.
ready? So
Bracing.
Jurassic World has dropped its newest trailer for Jurassic World Rebirth.
What the
I can't
fuck?
be descriptive about this because I haven't watched the trailer. I didn't have enough headways
Okay.
to amplify my descriptions.
Who's the director?
So I don't know who the director is, but I can tell you some of the cast. You've got Scarlett Johansson for the first time ever in a Jurassic Park or World movie. We also have Jonathan Bailey, and whoever made that casting call should get a raise.
Who's
because
Jonathan Bailey?
We love Jonathan Bailey.
Who I want to know who I'm loving. I want to know who I'm
Jonathan
making
Bailey
love to.
is Bridgerton. Jonathan Bailey is Wicked. Jonathan Bailey is having a moment, and we love Jonathan Bailey.
Where is Chris Pratt?
He's not here.
That fucking
You
sucks.
know what? I'm not mad at this. This looks action packed. There's already been 2 scenes where people are in water almost getting chomped up
Don't you love it?
by
Love it.
scary
This shit's
dinosaurs.
intense.
Now, arguably, I only watched this trailer like once, but if I'm not mistaken, the gist of this movie is they want to do some science-y things on a separate island, which we have not visited
the-
yet before, with the goal of bringing back samples just to, like, not even experiment on. It was supposedly just to do testing. What was interesting for
That's
me...
what experiments are. Tests.
Well, yeah, but for not, like, negative, derogatory,
They want to see
malicious
if they can
intent.
cure some shit.
No, I don't know. I forget.
Innocent experiment.
Innocent experiments. Just
Mm-hmm.
scientific, what the fuck's going on since we left these things here 20 years ago.
Exploratory.
Exploratory. I like it.
Right.
What was cool
Look
to
at
me
us.
was that ScarJo plays like almost like an assassin vibe, which I love for her. So she's like the lead of the
She's a protector.
protector. Yeah.
She's security.
Bodyguard.
Security.
Jonathan
I've led the security of the
Bailey-
world, Craig.
Jonathan Bailey is like the nerdy scientist type, which I love this for
Who
him.
needs ScarJo's protection?
Hopefully. And there's actually been like a lot of side chatter about Jonathan's role in this and how he would be perfect to play what's his name from Atlantis. Did you guys ever see that cartoon version of Atlantis?
I did not. Oh, yes, I have.
Atlantis, the one where
With the
they have
glasses.
ships in the
Is that
sky.
DreamWorks? Or
no, I thought
like
it was
new-
Disney.
No, I don't think it's Disney.
Are you sure?
I don't know.
Let's look this up, guys,
Shit.
in real time.
Rabbit hole.
Ooh,
Yeah,
I
so
love they have the velociraptor with the talon, the toe nail.
the toe tap
The
talons.
toe tap. but it's just so classic.
So-
I just think it's crazy just how like a sound and an image is just so iconic.
Fun fact about Jurassic Park at Universal Studios: you go in there, they have the gate and stuff like that. You go in and they have the new coaster. But if you go by the sign that has a directional arrow to Jurassic Park, and just like in the movie, you can walk up to that sign, you can spin the arrow. Remember in the first one when he gets lost and he's trying to get back in the rain, and the arrow is like flopping and spinning.
The
You-
first one from the 1900s.
Yes, from the olden days, from the
I see.
20th century. You can spin the arrow in the park. A little fun Easter egg if you go there. Look for that blue and white arrow on the sign. Just give it a whip. See what
whip.
happens.
We're going to pivot. Do you like that word? I thought you'd like that word. We're going to pivot over to another area in Universal, which is actually going to be part of the new Epic Universe Park that's opening later this spring, fall, summer, May. It comes in May.
Spring.
So one of the sections in Epic Universe is going to be the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, but it's going to be split between modern day, what's the word I want? Modern day London and 1920s Paris is how that area is
Ooh.
split. And so in the Paris section, there is going to be a new wand shop, which is, I'm going to butcher this. I am not French, so everybody please forgive me. But I believe it's Cosme Acajor is the wand maker's name. And she's going to have a wand shop. Did you know that baguette is French for wand? It is.
I thought it was French for bread.
It's French for wand.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Oh,
So she's
So
a baguette maker.
Cosme Acajor Baguettes Magique, I believe is how we say her shop name. And according to this lore, while Ollivander for London or England,
Okay.
believed that
Hollywood.
the wand chose the wizard, as told in Harry Potter, Acajor thinks the wizard has some say in the matter. Her unique approach to wand lore and Parisian culture and fluids come together to create not only a fine wand, but a work of art. So we will be able to shop new interactive wands at the new shop in the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. Ministry of Magic opens up at Universal Epic Universe on May 22nd, 2025. So we have some new wands incoming, which is a collection and a delight for some.
Hit it, Natalie. What do you got?
So we're gonna have French designer wands. is what you're
French
saying.
designer wands, yes, ma'am.
I
I'm
assume.
already liking
Couture.
them.
So it definitely looks like we're getting at least 9 new wands. I was going to attempt to be descriptive, but 9 sounds like a lot. But they are very artistic and very
Unique.
classy.
Unique.
They're
I-
very different.
Different finishes.
They're very French.
Tiny.
Did you know that it wasn't in the Harry Potter books that the wands were different, and that it was actually developed in like movie number 3 or 4 by that particular director that thought that the wands should be distinctive?
So genuinely, Harry Potter is just Star Wars with shitty lightsabers. And Star Wars, everybody has
And brooms.
different lightsabers. Yeah, so it's like
I
Yeah,
would
but
want
there's only a
purple
handful.
lightsaber.
Everybody's wand
there's only
in
one
Harry
purple
Potter,
lightsaber.
in the Harry Potter movies, was uniquely different. No
That's
two
true.
designs were the same. But that wasn't lore for the books. That was done for TV.
nobody's
TV.
lightsaber is the same.
A lightsaber.
Your camera did something. Is B-Rock still up?
Who? Oh yeah. He's still Ashley is anxious to do the desantification process. So if you're a listener, I've got 10% of the Rockefeller Christmas tree in my living room by volume of lights and height. So, so we call it Baby Rock or B Rock for short. And we couldn't change anything because the Eagles were on a winning streak, and now that they have won, my plan is to take my jersey and my pants and put them into a space bag and hang it in the closet until next season, pick up where we left off. Ashley was looking at me. She was not aware of this.
No, I'm
That's very
indifferent
right.
to whatever you plan to do with your juju.
Nice.
I just thought we were on a time crunch all of a
we
sudden.
are. We're done with wands. Where are we going to now?
Chase Sanctuary. Did you guys know that there is an animal sanctuary not too far outside of Orlando? I think when I mapped it, it was something like 60 or 70 miles, and it is called Chase Sanctuary. It has more than 160 animals, primarily endangered species as well. But what Chase does uniquely is that they have special events a few times a year where you can
Horse
come
by
by
Bushnell?
and do something fun with the animals. But you get to spend some time with lemurs and paint a picture.
Wait, and paint a picture.
Paint a picture.
Or
With the
oh,
lemurs?
With
painting
the
with
lemurs.
primates.
Too?
They can be. They can, and they come and they sit on your shoulder.
Like to do the sloth add-on.
Yeah. So they
What
do.
is that? And they're hopping all over you.
Yeah. Like the goats do, and the puppies.
I would not be able. I would not be able to focus. oh
Um,
my god, they have baby otter fertilization.
Yeah. So
If
So
they
anyway,
trade-
you guys should check them out. Chase Sanctuary. The Valentine's Day special event seems to be closed. However, they do hold other events throughout the year. It looks like you can schedule and pay and have a fun time.
Another fun thing that I have planned for us this Valentine's Day is it's a local to us planetarium. I don't know if you have a planetarium near you, Natalie, but this is what it is. Just have you been to a planetarium before, Natalie?
I miss
Look
you.
at the planetarium.
It's only $7.
Plus the
It-
cost of
What kind
gas.
of movies do they play?
Sky movies. They project the night sky on the dome, and so different constellations, different periods of the sky. In December, they do like a whole story of what the sky would look like during the birth of Jesus, kind of thing.
Oh wow!
And they can date stuff back. Like they can pull up a specific date in history and look at where was Venus at this time, or what did this constellation look like 500 years ago, thousands of years ago, and
My
what might
favorite
it look
part
like in the
about this
future.
is that the listeners can't see, but you're like pointing to the sky.
I'm waving my hands up in the sky. I'm
Spirit
like
fingers.
spirit fingering it. I finger the sky. Wait.
I like when they set up telescopes so that you can see planets.
Fun
Oh,
fact.
we got to see Saturn. That is a fun fact. I'm glad that you called it
Yeah.
out for us. We got to see its rings.
Oh.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
If you like it, then you got to put a
was-
ring on it.
Yeah,
I
she
was
did.
very surprised because I thought like the telescope was gonna make the planet be like freaking huge,
This is a little dot.
and it was so tiny.
It's so
but you
far
could
away.
see it. I know. The movies ruined me.
There's a
I'm like, this is real life looking at planets.
yeah. They like a lot of those telescopes are just like they buy little parts and pieces from Home Depot
yeah.
and can like put them together. They do that too here. So $7 if the night is clear enough. They'll have telescopes set up in the parking lot after the planetarium show. You can go out and look through them with everyone, and it's a fun event. They do this a couple times a month, but it's a very inexpensive way to get out of the house. If you have a local planetarium, go and support
I
it.
gotta look my own up. I gotta look at my own local planetarium.
We don't
You don't have one?
have a planetarium. It's a Cinedome.
You can use ours.
Did you look it up? Where is the closest planetarium?
I don't know the closest planetarium. I'm letting you know what the Orlando Science Center has.
I would like you to
Kennedy
look
Space
up
Center.
Oh, but he's looking it up for us. I'm on it.
Yeah.
I delegated.
Kennedy Space Center.
Delegated.
Well, it's probably so you're right next to. You know what we should do for outside the berm? We should go explore Kennedy Space Center.
Field trip.
I think that's a
I've never
whole.
been.
Neither have I.
Because I didn't grow up in Central Florida. I know like a lot of the local schools go on a field trip. 'cause-
We did that.
yeah, I
Did you
never
like it?
went.
Oh yeah, of course. Well, I mean, it was educational and a lot of fun. I couldn't tell you anything I remembered except because you got to do some of the simulations that they do, and so obviously it's a cool trip, and it's like first come first serve for each one. Each kid gets to go on one ride, so like don't try to save your turn for a particular ride because you may or may not get it. But I risked it all because I wanted to get on the ball,
Yeah.
the ball, because that's what the one I wanted.
All right.
And I got
They
it.
spin you all different ways.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the one.
Did you toss your cookies?
So it's great. I actually got some extra time because they they had given me some directions, and well, I didn't realize. Apparently, they told me not to close my eyes, and I was totally closing my eyes, and they stopped it, and they're like, "You gotta open your eyes," and I was like, "Okay," and I opened my eyes, and then they gave me more time.
Oh my god.
Amazing.
It was great. It was great. Good times.
Yeah, we got to go explore this.
Probably
I want to
'cause
see
you
Natalie
get-
on the ball.
get disoriented, right? If you're not looking at something.
Oh, I don't know.
What do
I'm
the
sure there was
tickets
a
go
reason.
for?
I think we'll have to take a look.
I remember we looked
look like
once and it was not cost effective for where we were in our lives at that point.
we were too poor. We were too poor to experience it, but I think we should do a family field trip, gang, and get out
Family
there
field
and
trip.
explore. All right, gang, let's roll into the social media soapbox where I get to complain about shit that I find on the socials. I pulled 2 up. There were loads this week, but I didn't want to be greedy, so I pulled 2 up.
It's just so many options to choose from, and here we go. And this is from which page, if I may?
It's going to be from Walt Disney World Tips and Tricks. I love this
all
group.
right.
It's a grab bag of fun.
I mean, you love the group, or you love judging people in the group?
Yes. I love
Okay.
judging people
Okay,
in the
okay,
group.
okay.
Could you read this in the style of a Valley Girl?
Yeah, absolutely. I hate you. How crazy. How
Bitch,
crazy
you almost
am
made
I
me
from-
spit my beer out.
Don't interrupt the process, bro.
Sorry.
Great.
How crazy am I from wanting to take my 3.5-year-old to Disney by myself?
I hate this person. I hate this person. I hate this person. I fucking hate this person.
And then she has a melting emoji face.
Are you
That's true. Melting emoji face.
you should just start your
Melting
post with,
face.
I want attention. How
Well,
crazy you are.
You know, depending on your child's temperament, it might be really crazy.
Three and a half year
If you
old?
need 2 people to police your child, might not be.
Well, okay, you know what, for the slot, for whatever, yeah, I would love to know, what would your answer to that be?
How crazy? Yeah, if you're out there listening and you just want to tell us how crazy you are, I think she just wants attention.
Here's the thing.
Is maybe, I don't know.
Here's the thing. I feel like if you have to ask this question, the answer is
Maybe-
no.
I
You
don't think.
already know. You know it's going to be crazy, right?
Yeah, like
I
don't
mean,
do it, girl.
Maybe she's 19 and a half, and that's not a good idea.
What does she think's going to happen?
She's gonna be miserable.
Like, is she just not going to be able to drink around the world
She's not
because she
gonna
got a
have
baby on her hip?
fun.
Yeah, that's what
know,
it is. She's a child with a child.
It could be possible that she has a good, a chill temperament child, and like they're nice and polite, and they fall
And
asleep
she's
in
the problem,
stroller.
right?
So
like
then
that's
why
the
is
thing.
she asking the question?
Because
She wants fucking
yeah.
attention.
What if she doesn't even have a kid?
She's gonna go steal one. Yeah, Dad. This is pretty much like a situation where she's like, look what came out of my vagina. Am I crazy or what?
How come her thinks is all-star contributor?
Because she contributes often to the group.
So she asks a lot of questions.
Yeah,
or she participates a lot in the group. Yeah,
correct. Yeah, I try not to
Interesting.
participate because it's mostly just words of
you
hate
just
and anger.
judge from a distance.
Exactly. So yeah, I guess like Natalie said in her Best Valley Girl, put it in our slot.
Oh, you did that way better.
Yeah, and also that wasn't coming out of my mouth. No.
So sorry. All right, I got another one on here for you. Could you read this like a mid-40s Karen who doesn't know how to pinch to zoom? Put it in make it mid-50s who doesn't know how to pinch to zoom, but knows how to she makes really good fucking eggs. But she's also a Karen if you don't honor her coupons.
Driving from Michigan, where was your favorite place to stop and stay at halfway-ish?
The reason this bothers me so
Halfway to
much.
what?
To Disney World. The reason this
That's
isn't Walt Disney World Tips and Tricks. The reason this bothers me so much, how many people, what's your pool of participants who are going to answer this fucking question? In order to be qualified to answer this question, you have to have driven from Michigan, driven to Orlando,
Disney.
Florida, and stopped halfway. So not only did you skip the flight, but you drove, and then you stopped somewhere halfway, and then you stayed there. And now you're qualified to answer this question. And all right, so what's your favorite place to stop? A fucking hotel? What do you like?
Where is halfway?
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna ask ChatGPT.
Ask ChatGPT take the question, copy and paste it right into fucking ChatGPT. I'm so fucking mad. I get pissed off with this shit. How do you expect us to answer this question as a group? Like, that's not a tip or a trick. I gotta calm down because that's just
Well,
so
you're
I think
yelling.
right. Like, I
That
don't
hurts my
think
ears.
a lot of people have driven from Michigan to Orlando. I think
Okay.
the pool of people is pretty small.
right.
Oh, we got some information here.
Okay.
So it depends, of course. We already know. It depends on which point, like which part of Michigan, on which part of you already know. You already know.
Oh yeah, Michigan's a big fucking state too.
Right. So the general midpoint along the most common routes, such as I-75, is typically Chattanooga, Tennessee,
Oh, that's a
or
garbage
Dalton,
town, too.
Georgia.
Should not stay in Tennessee. I'll tell you that right now.
Tennessee's garbage.
We
That's
love
Chattanooga's
Pigeon
garbage.
Forge.
Tennessee was so pretty.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
we
not along
loved it.
I-75.
Yeah, not along ice. Yeah, it's like if you are short on pussy and you didn't know where to buy it, right there, that's where you go.
Listen, we cross
there's
through
hookers?
Tennessee on our
it's
way
like
to and
OBT.
from Kansas every year. And Ashley will do any part of the Kansas drive except for two places.
Georgia, Atlanta during rush hour,
Oh man,
and
yeah.
Tennessee at night in
Tennessee.
the risky red light district. Yeah.
Tennessee sketchy as fuck off
As
of I-75.
Look,
Don't
so-
do it, my guy.
So where's Dalton, Florida? Is it DAU or
Dalton?
DALT?
Dalton.
Yeah. Didn't you say Dalton, Florida or Dalton, Georgia? Was the other place to go?
It's probably like North Georgia then.
Oh, it was.
Oh no, such as Dalton, Georgia. It's closer to northern Georgia.
Yeah,
Let's
that's
see.
probably on the
It's
line.
D-A-L-T, Dalton. Like
Met
Dal.
somebody from Georgia who didn't know where LEJ was.
Oh, because they would pronounce it differently.
I
Huh?
asked him. I was like, "How do you pronounce LEJ?" And then Natalie made me feel like crazy, and she's like, "Just like how you say it."
Hello-
Rapid fire time.
Pew,
I'm
pew, pew,
asking a
pew.
question. Rapid fire. You guys ready?
I love
Ready.
this. Wait. Give me a pew pew pew.
Pew, 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 pew. That means pew, pew, pew.
Oh my gosh. All right, rapid fire. We need to know. A lot's been going on. You guys waited for hours to see your mans in this parade.
So many fucking hours.
So
I
many.
need to-
5.
How many hours
Right.
did you wait?
We were there. The parade was at 2:30. We showed up at 10:30.
10:30.
I didn't want to risk it.
Yeah, I understand. With that being said, what is the threshold? What's the max time that you will wait for a ride that you really want to do at Disney?
I like how this implies that Jalen Hurts could have been a ride. I would have waited longer.
Shut the fuck up.
You've been
That
wor-
needs the man. He said that with his chest.
you were worried about Josh Gad. That was not the one
I
to worry
beat Josh.
about.
I would lose to Jalen all day, every day. He does.
I'm pretty sure I would lose to Jalen too.
I just want to let's just be clear here. What's Jalen's?
I'm concerned. I don't know what game we're playing.
What's
now.
Jalen's signature move? This is gonna confuse Natalie. What's Jalen's signature play?
The tush push.
Thank you. That'll give you a clue.
Wow.
What was the question again?
So he likes tush.
He just likes it pushed.
He's the one.
who gets
he's
his
the
tush
one
pushed.
that gets his tush pushed.
Oh my gosh. Okay, how long? What's the max time that you're willing to wait for a ride?
My max time would probably be 2 hours.
2 hours.
That's
Ooh,
commitment.
okay.
How many minutes is that?
120.
That's 120
120
minutes.
120 minutes.
What ride
Okay.
is that? I'm just
Alright.
curious.
Like, would
What
you-
ride?
Would you wait 120 minutes for just any ride?
Like for It's a Small World?
For Small World.
Not that committed.
Definitely Guardian, Prawn. What else?
Tiana?
Tiana. I would do Tower of Terror. I'd wait 2 hours for that.
Haunted Mansion?
I think I've done it for Aerosmith.
Oh, Rocket Roller Coaster?
Yeah, Rock and Roller
We need to get
Coaster.
on that.
It's been a while.
Ever.
I think I'd only wait an hour tops for Haunted. Not 2.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
fair.
I think my average ride wait time, 35 minutes is when I start to question the value of the ride. So if it's like 40 minutes, you can get me on the cusp of something, and you'd be like 40 minutes. But I have this old man like bargain in my head. So if you're like, I think, and Ashley tried to get me on a couple rides on Monday, but I was preoccupied with not wanting to miss Jalen. I was afraid to go do anything else in case they would start it. But like, you could get me to go on, like, you get me on Pirates for 35. You get me on most of the staple rides 35. But if there was like a day where those ride times were like an hour wait, I'd be like, I can get everyone follow me. I can get us all on the Carousel of Progress in 10 minutes. Let's go.
Oh, I love the carousel.
That's one of my favorites.
People always fall asleep in there.
Yes,
Because it's so cold.
it's
It's
good.
It's the
Yeah,
best
and
AC in the
dark.
park.
Yeah,
It's one of the break time rides. Everybody
Yeah.
knows.
but I would wait 2 hours for Guardians. Is correct.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That fascinates me.
yeah. That's where I stand. Ash, what about you?
Do you remember how long we waited for Rise of the Resistance, Natalie?
Is that the one that we
Together.
went on with the Welties, or is that?
So it was her birthday wish to get on the ride, and it kept breaking.
Oh, no.
Oh,
And like that was what mattered to her. So we waited, and it was the only ride we did that day.
oh. We waited.
It was great.
Well, well, we gotta remember when I fucked up the wait time for everybody on Smuggler's Run when I hit the light switches. I thought it was just a prop, and I pushed all the buttons. And he was like, "That's actually how we keep track of who's in what chamber."
Oh, you know what? I think I did a similar situation. Yes, I thought it was for us.
Yeah, he thought it was a toy.
Why
like,
is it- why is it
yeah,
there?
Yeah, he was
Yeah,
like,
that definitely happened. But they didn't tell me
they yelled at
too
me.
much.
They yelled
Nah,
at me.
nah, I mean, yeah, but no, it wasn't a yell.
Then
They
we-
should have had a sign.
Then we got that small Asian fella to push buttons, and we just screamed at him to push buttons the whole time.
Oh yeah, good time.
We had some of our lowest wait times that day, Natalie. It's Slinky Dog. We were like almost walking on Slinky Dog after that one.
Yeah. Oh, that was good planning.
Ash, what do you got for you? How long
Like
you
an
waited?
hour.
And it- oh,
I
she was right.
listen,
For all of
yeah.
them?
So you might get me for like 75 minutes. There's just not too much that I'm interested in for a 2-hour wait. There had to have been a hell of an update. There better be something new or a brand spanking new ride.
Mm.
I would wait 2 hours.
Like if they added, I don't know, 100% more track to Tron.
Yeah.
Why can't they just send us around twice?
Yeah, that's what I'm like. They
I
need
would love
they
that.
need to double that ride time, and it would be worth it to me. Guardians is a solid ride, and if you said you wanted to wait for 2 hours, I would probably comply, but I would not sign that. I would not sign us up
You
for
would sign
that.
us up for it. Jalen rode Tron, and all I thought about when
Really?
All
he-
roads lead back to Jalen.
He didn't have
today.
to. He didn't have to wait in line. It was just his security team up front, him and his fiance.
Yeah, it
in
was
the
just
second
them
seat.
on the.
And he was like, I didn't think
Aw.
I'd find myself in that position ever. But it was like when you got done with it, is he like, God, send me around again? Or was he
Yeah.
like, is like that's one and done? I'm out.
Yeah, if you could request it, I'd be like, let's go. One more time.
I mean, I think the beauty of being annual pass holders is that I don't feel the need to cram everything
every
in.
ride.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so like when rides are more than when I see triple digits, I'm just like, that's unappealing. Let's go have a snack.
Yeah. Oh, what's the longest time you wait for a snack?
Oh, I'll wait for
Oh.
a snack. You have to wait
Yeah.
at Disney for food regardless. How long was I in that line for water?
we
3
went-
hours.
We went to Magic because we wanted to go see the Christmas decorations. It's like right at the end before the blackout
Right.
date.
Right.
You don't understand how long all the lines were at Joffrey's because it was cold enough to get a hot chocolate.
Oh no.
And I was like, "This is
Like, that's
I
the
got out of
Florida
so many
dream.
lines.
That's the
Yeah,
Florida
hot
dream.
chocolate.
Yeah, that's the Florida
Mhm,
dream is to
mhm.
go somewhere Christmassy and to have the atmosphere and the ambiance and not to be sweating to death. So much so that you can enjoy a hot chocolate because hot chocolate is delightful, but we can't indulge in it all year long.
Yeah, absolutely. Natalie, you gonna answer your own
Natalie, what's
question
the
for
longest
us?
you'd wait
What's the
for a
longest?
ride?
How long? How long? You
I would say it's dependent, right? Like it's not for all of them, but I feel like my max is also 2. I was at at Magic last week, and I waited 75 minutes for Tron.
That's not bad.
It wasn't bad. It's so funny because the person I was with, she's like, she hasn't been, and initially, like, I don't, rookie mistake in my mind, I was gonna get on Tanya's Bayou. Negative, Houston. Didn't go join the queue at all. Walked up, very 1995. I'm gonna go on Splash Mountain. No, the hell you're not.
Not how any of this works.
That's not how any of this. And also, it turns out that, like, it looked like maybe Wheel of Fortune was filming or something. There were sections closed off. You saw the Wheel of Fortune lanyards hanging about. There was no time for stalking. We had to make it go. We had to make our way over to Tron, and she, like, it was so funny. She was like, she looked at me like in fear of telling. I already saw it was 75 minutes, and she's like, "It's 75 minutes." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's okay." Like, I come all the time, but she doesn't go like that. So
Yeah.
at least for her to take it, she hadn't done it, so she really enjoyed it.
So that's a sacrifice. Like I said, when Jonathan said 2 hours, like if we went with you guys or like with friends and they wanted to go do something and it was a long wait time, like, I'm game. It's just not something I would sign myself up for, to be clear.
75 minutes. That's like a second for every minute of ride time, or a minute for every second of ride time. That's an equal trade, fair trade.
Your valuations.
What's your path? What's your chosen pathway to get from Tiana's Bayou Adventure over to Tron Light Cycle Run? How do you like to get over there, Natalie?
It's not something that I'm very go with the flow. I actually went through Liberty Square because I thought for a moment.
That's where your lobster roll is.
That's exactly what I thought about.
Did you get it?
Did. No, I didn't.
I told her she
That's a
should
missed
have.
opportunity.
It was, especially because God knows when we're gonna go back to Magic. It's 2029. I don't know. I'm just.
Epcot all the way.
No, but we have to make it to Epcot before the art festival is gone. I really want to paint on the mural. Oh my God, what day is it? Our time is running out.
I think the mural is done.
No, don't say
So many people have
that.
painted it up. You're gonna have to do some repaints.
Yeah, it's probably over.
You have to bring a marker and just sign your own name.
Look, that'll be our 5-year plan.
Damn.
You got the 2-year
Well,
plan
we
is to go back to Magic and get a lobster
Honestly,
roll.
we've been trying to do the mural for like at least 3.
Dang.
We
Oh,
got 2 more years, baby.
we'll get there.
But maybe we can still make it.
The hope.
When does the Flower and Garden Show start?
Spring.
March.
March. That's coming up then. Next month. We should start to make plans for that
You guys, February's almost halfway over.
too. Oh,
This
tell
is
me about it.
ridiculously faster than January was.
Well, January had 17 weeks in it.
At
It didn't know
least.
how to act.
1,000 days
January's
for sure.
and February's almost done.
This
Yeah,
is insane.
absolutely.
All right. This is a good place to end it. Everybody have a good night. We're going to party.
Get dank.
Good day. We got Dank. We already got
We
Dank.
got danked.
Now, what do we say now?
Make it rain.
Well, I can because I'm on a GoPro.
Go Jalen.
Go Jalen.
Go
Go Jalen.
Eagles. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And also,
I don't feel like
Are
I'm a
there-
Rails fan.
are there
Mm-hmm.
are there any other teams that spell their shit? Or?
You know, the Ravens try to spell. Well, we certainly have a copyright on spelling. We don't do it right at all.
Most of the time, we get it right 100% of the time.
Yeah.
That's
see.
that's the
That's how we.
science.
That's how we roll. That's the science. Yeah.
Okay.
Vowels are hard. They're tricky as fuck, dude. There's a lot. in that
Sometimes
one.
some just pretend to be vowels. You know, it's
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
They ain't gonna do it.
All right. Dank out.
Dank out.
Dang out.
And that wraps up another magical episode of the Dank Pod. Remember to rate, review, and subscribe wherever you listen. Find us on the gram at the Dank Pod and send any questions, comments, or suggestions to thedankpod@gmail.com. We hope you enjoyed our chats and Disney adult takes on Walt Disney World. Remember, even as adults, we're all just kids at heart when it comes to the magic of Disney. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, stay dank.